Retta invited the kind girl into her house for a cup of coffee. And also to say thank you. There was no reason to refuse. France happily took a seat. Mrs. Retta is currently living alone. The husband passed away a long time ago, and the daughter is still living at home. To mark the fate of meeting, Retta sat in front of the piano. Living in life requires a heart, given to a cute niece. Even though she has arthritis, her fingers are still very skilled. France was also swept away by the melody and the touching story the woman was telling. Removing her hands from the keyboard, Retta went to get her phone. She offered to ask for France and number 39's number. She happily saved it in her friends list, returning in the afternoon. France was riding his bike around Erica and number 39's children. Then he was wet and stretched. When the phone came, Mrs. Retta called. They had an appointment that she had bought a dog for her to raise to ease her sadness. They were both at a dog breeding farm. Then Retta also picked the trash. On the way, France happily took some souvenir photos for her aunt. The girl lost her mother, and the woman who lived far away from her quickly became close friends. The next day, Retta took France to church and lit candles in memory of her late husband. When he was alive, he often played the piano here at every ceremony. After finishing work, they went for a walk and then went to their aunt and number 39's house to have a drink and listen to music. Refused to go to the party with her best friend. To come to dinner with Retta, Erica appeared a bit dissatisfied. This immediately seems strange. You Don and number 39. T know anything about her? How can you become close friends so quickly? After a somewhat tense discussion, France slammed the door and left. Coming to Retta and number 39's house, the two of them seemed to find a feeling of intimacy with her late mother. But then when she opened the cupboard to look for candles, Retta was suddenly a pile of identical book bags stacked neatly. Inside you can find loot and some medicine. Write your name and phone number on the back. Sitting at the dining table, France was so sad that he cried. It feels like I just discovered a lie from a relative. Before dessert was finished, France said he wasn't in #39. T feeling well. Asked Retta also noticed something unusual about the girl. With hurried steps, France walked quickly through the dark alley. When she got home, she confided in her friend that it seemed like she intentionally dropped the book bags all over the city. When you hope the next someone will take it back. While sitting on the train, my aunt called again. France immediately turned off the phone and didn't in #39. She panicked and called her friend to help her home. She called me 80 times. So by God, from now on I will listen to you. The manager interrupted the story. Retta went to the restaurant to find the kind girl. Take all your courage. France walked out. What are you doing here? I and number 39. Am so worried. I didn't in #39. Having reached this point, T answered France the phone. Also laid down his cards and told the whole story. Didn't in #39. It and number 39. Hear any further explanation? Please Don and number 39. T come back here again. The following days were still the same trouble. Went back to work. Call at night. Give flowers during the day. Furthermore, there is a bunch of white calla lilies. Not to accept and closed the guest door. The next day while carrying things, my aunt suddenly appeared, dressed in modern Shanghai style. Scared France to death. What in number 39's even more terrifying is that from morning to night, in one position, one direction. At this point, France was afraid of urinating and called the police. But in public, standing and watching is her job. Civil rights are legally protected. Late at night, he went out the window and didn't in #39. T.C. Greta. So the girl dared to open the door and leave. I and number 39. But as soon as we got on the train, please tell me again. France panicked and backed down. Missing the train. I and number 39. Am sorry. I want then, 2 words of peace. As soon as she stepped out of that elevator, number 39. Since when had Greta been waiting? Uncle wants to talk. While chewing gum, Greta slowly approached. Everyone needs friends. Let in number 39's start over. I love you, little girl. Never having been loved by others has never felt like this. She spit the candy into the girl in number 39's hair, angrily turned around and left. Erica immediately took her friend to the police and possibly several months to be processed. The next day, worried about the little dog in number 39's bottom, France rode his bike to Greta and number 39's house digging through the letters in a box. When she entered the wall, tries to contact his daughter Greta in Paris. Returning home that night, Erica went to a party. The feeling of confusion and fear came back. France carefully looked through the window, and as soon as he returned, he saw that Greta had sent him a photo of his best friend. She was there, she was watching him. At the urging, Erica seemed to panic. She ran and called an Uber. Photos were continuously sent to Greta. Getting on the bus, the aunt was still sitting behind dozens of photos. Erica finished her journey worried and about asked his driver to open the door to let her down. Took a taxi to pick him up. The next day, a woman called to make an appointment. She is Alessa. France was really early now. When he learned that his daughter Greta had tried it herself 4 years ago. She is from Hungary, not France. That and number 39. Nicola could not escape her imprisonment, so she sought death as a way to escape. The next evening, Greta came to France and number 39's workplace as a guest as soon as he saw the girl. He ran away, have to go but back due to the nature of his items, the strange woman kept calling. Darling, Darling, causing Franz to quickly start worrying to call the police. Even though it would probably cause big trouble. As soon as she sipped her glass of wine, Greta threw it all on the floor. I deserve something better than that. Your mother had to die so we could meet. She went crazy and knocked over the entire dining table. Rushing to the kitchen, the staff had to rush out, and the police also arrived. They stopped Greta and escorted her back to the station. But her eyes are still very determined, a little crazy, but no one can equal her. The next day the police announced that Greta would be released the same day. Sure enough, Franz threw the phone on the floor. Erica advises, go and apologize to her. Then I and number 39, LL move away for a while, and when I come back, there was no better way. Franz made an appointment with a strange woman to go to church. Even though she was a little scared, she still tried her best to sing the whole song Sozi by Confluence. Greta said she would wait until the girl came back and asked for a hug. Returning home, she gave the dog poison and milk to drink, until it was time to say goodbye to her beloved dog. A few months later, Franz returned, could eat and sleep, and was noticeably fatter. But as soon as she sat down to drink tea, she became dizzy and lay down on the ground. Greta appeared and helped Franz out to call a car. Help, my niece is sick. In a blur, Franz saw her filling the piano to reveal a secret door. Then she fainted and was pulled inside. Greta stuffed the poor girl into the trunk along the hook. You naughty girl, you dare to lie to me. Using her fingerprint to unlock the phone, she closed the trunk lid, relieving it was just a dream. Franz woke up startled. Her father came down to pick her up to visit her home. She said goodbye to Erica, pulled Valley into the elevator into the underworld. The lights flickered continuously, and when Franz became frightened, she saw darkness around her and a strange crowd of people. It turns out this is the truth, it was just a dream. Franz panicked and beat the baby, repeatedly calling for help. Greta opened the lid of the trunk and sternly criticized, this is a bed for lies. Looking really scared, the girl kept begging for help not to close the lid. I and number 39 am still scared in the morning, as if but at night I can't on her 39. She went out, like I locked the door, pulled the curtain, and pushed the guitar to block the way, drifting each note slowly. Franz was breathing heavily, lulling each beat like a beatbox, banging on the door to replace the beat of the drum. Everything harmonizes loudly into an extremely majestic melody. See the image of a girl frightened in the room. And angry, Franz grabbed a chair and repeatedly hit the door. Where is she? What did you do to her? But under desperate helplessness, Franz fired his gun and sobbed and begged. Greta searched for photos on her phone and sent them to her father and friend Franz. Along with the words, everything later, was fine. They met each other. Both were surprised. Dad thought you were with friends. Erica thought you were with her dad. Now let in number 39 ask the question on the other side Franz of the house disappeared to. That poor girl is having to play for her mother and her child with Dawn a mentally ill woman. 39 cry, my little angel, she said and took Franz out to learn to play the piano. Right, then it in number 39. According to Erica, if Dad began to investigate a woman named Greta, then if not then just hold the door and drop it. She used to be a nurse at a large hospital, but was fired for abusing sedatives. He hired Detective Cody to find her whereabouts and track down his daughter. When dinner came, Greta put a few drops of medicine in the milk to encourage Franz to drink it all. You Dawn in number 39 want to have to go into the ocean again. Do you? Franz was too weak to resist the election. I love you. The next day, the mentally ill woman taught her son how to bake and speak Hungarian. The girl rolled the dough and hit the mold. Greta lost her pinky finger and screamed in pain. Another blow to the face, she lay on the floor. Franz turned and ran to the door, but it was locked. She quickly searched everywhere to find directions. Franz was nowhere to be seen and ran down to the basement. But it in number 39, introducing also a dead end with no way out in her pocket. Just as Franz pulled the zipper, a scarf wrapped around his face. Everything was under control. She went back upstairs, took a syringe and poked her amputated finger. The mouth complains of pain but the face shows joy. Put on the glove. Okay, there are 5 fingers, no missing fingers. Franz woke up and found himself blinded in the shower. The effects of the anesthetic still now looked at Buffer tiredly and pitifully. The detective, after investigating, also went to the house. While on the phone to investigate, Greta pulled Valley to the door. He did not hide that he came to ask for information about the girl Franz is missing. Acting naturally, Greta invited guests into the house. Hearing the sound of talking, Franz tried to reach out and call for help. Greta is also careful to turn the music up loud. I like it to fill the room. While she was going upstairs, Cody discovered the secret door. But before it was too late, Greta returned and poked the detective and number 39. He pulled out an anesthetic tip, but the medicine kettle. After a few bullets hitting the target, Greta ran up, he passed out on the floor, and then danced to the music. The body was put back in a bag and thrown into the warehouse. Days, Greta boarded the train again, carrying her bag, looking around. Another girl was about to become a victim when she came to the house. You made your own gingerbread, eat it. Greta responded very warmly. Franz was lying inside, but he no longer had the strength to call for help. Trying to knock people down with alcohol. She tried to fix her old tricks again. It in number 39. But the neighbor, old Greta, turned around, and it turned out that the person in front of her was spending a lot of time wandering on trams. Franz was very happy when he heard that. He used all his remaining strength and tried to scream through the gap. Erica finally found her friend, opened the door, and asked Franz outside. The music suddenly rang out, and Franz stepped back in extreme panic. You have to go, she and number 39. It seems that in the past few days, everything that happened has haunted her mind. Erica ran out, and indeed Greta was no longer lying on the floor. She belted out the record, blocking Franz and number 39. Two hands grabbed the girl in number 39's face. But she only had time to say a few words and then fainted again. To smash it, but Franz stopped her. I have a better idea. So they threw the mother into the box, closed the lid, locked it, sat down together, and the nightmare was over. As soon as he turned to leave, the lid of the trunk popped up step